Christian Bale, despite being one of the most loved actors in the world, has had more scandals than most people would guess, and now he's come out saying he regrets one. His sister accusing him of pushing their mother against a wall.
He isn't talking about his arrest in London Tuesday.
You know, it's a deeply personal matter.
He likes to have his assistant sniff his armpits before going on red carpets.
So not only was I Christian's personal assistant, I was also the chief cook and bottle washer. I took care of Christian.
When I was on Batman with Christian Bale, he started losing his mind because he thought he was really Batman.
I want you off the f***ing set, you prick! What don't you f***ing understand? I want to f***ing kick your f***ing ass.
Christian Bale has anger issues. He's tried to cover them up with his method acting excuses, but there's more than enough evidence to suggest that he's a violent man. Like when Christian attacked his own mother and sister and was arrested for it. Or the time Christian Bale made his employee smell his armpits before he went off to go and make a little girl cry for asking for a photo. Christian Bale is a weird guy, and we're gonna do a deep dive into his past. So let's get into it.
Absolutely charisma-free and reviled by everybody, so he went, that's got to be Bale. Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
Now, I have heard of celebrities thanking Beyonce for their awards, but not thanking Satan. Today, we're doing a deep dive into Christian Bale because I thought everyone loved him until I saw some of his past, which includes beating up his sister and his mother and getting arrested for that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves because there are a lot of controversies in this man's past. One of the first major red flags I see when it comes to Christian is that he is a method actor, which in my opinion gives an actor an excuse to act inappropriately or be an a-hole or a jerk or do gross things because they're method acting and they're in character. Like if an actor is hired to go be a serial killer, they don't need to go and do that in real life to fulfill their method acting ways. Sorry to all the method actors out there, but I've just seen too many instances of people using that as an excuse. Back in July 2008, Christian attended the Batman film The Dark Knight premiere in Europe. 16 hours later, he found himself behind bars for beating up on his mother and his sister. His mother Jenny and sister Sharon claimed that Christian lashed out at them on Sunday night in his suite at a hotel. These two decided to report the incident at the police station on Monday. Now it looks like Christian Bale actually knew that he was wanted by police before his film premiere, but decided to go and attend the event, and the police agreed to it, that he can go and attend this event, and then afterwards he can come in for questioning. He was arrested in connection to this assault, but he was bailed out and ordered to return on a date in September for a hearing. Now it's interesting, Christian is denying the allegations that he had gotten physical with his mother and his sister, and besides that, he really had no explanation for why they would go and file this charge.
Christian Bale, despite being one of the most loved actors in the world, has had more scandals than most people would guess, and now he's come out saying he regrets one. One scandal that was kept pretty under the radar in 2008 was after The Dark Knight premiered, Christian Bale was actually arrested the same night. The person who actually called the cops on Christian Bale was his sister, accusing him of pushing their mother against a wall. The fight apparently started over Christian Bale's wife having a fight with her mother-in-law about money. Which people do forget, Christian Bale did start off as a child actor, and his parents did profit off his career when he was a kid. Pre-American Psycho, Christian Bale was actually broke, so as an adult he got foreclosed on and had to move in with his parents. It was reported that Christian Bale's mother felt that he owed her money after The Dark Knight success, and that escalated the fight. That's not the only scandal where Christian Bale's former assistant Harrison Chung came out saying he likes to have his assistant sniff his armpits before going on red carpets.
Christian likes to have his assistant sniff his armpits before he goes onto the red carpet. Okay, wait, let's not get ahead of ourselves now. There's a reason why Hollywood stars always seem to walk away from scandals untouched. Just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm. Most regular people, including me, don't have a legal army behind them. And if you're injured in an accident, insurance companies try their best to pay you as little as possible. That is where Morgan & Morgan comes in. With over 1,000 attorneys and 100 offices across the country, they are built to fight for regular people, not corporations. In Florida, a client was offered $350,000 by an insurance company. Morgan & Morgan stepped in and got them $12 million. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome, but these stories are what they do every day. And it's easier than ever. You don't have to deal with those piles of paperwork. You also don't have to pay anything up front. You could even start your claim right now within minutes by using your phone. You could get started by scanning the QR code on the screen using your phone's camera. Remember, the fee is free unless they win. If you ever find yourself injured, then check out Morgan & Morgan. Again, you could start your claim today by scanning the QR code or visiting the link in my description below. It's fast, it's simple, and it could change everything. Christian did enter the industry when he was 13. He starred in Steven Spielberg's Empire of the Sun. He was also featured in American Psycho and in Batman Begins, and reprising his role for The Dark Knight. Now, that time in Christian's life was pretty toxic. When he got into this fight with his mom wanted some money from him. At that point, he was probably like, I mean, I do not justify him getting violent with anyone, but he probably is like, wait, you probably had all of his money from his career when he was 13 years old and then on until he was 18. And plus, around the same time, Heath Ledger had died, overdosed of pills, and Christian Bale was pretty close to him. Christian wasn't found guilty for attacking his sister and his mother. They said they did not have enough evidence to charge him. The police said that they treat all incidents which take place in a domestic context seriously. So it's not that they did not want to go and pursue charges against him. They just truly had no evidence to do so. Now, of course, Christian was asked about this incident by reporters. They want to get the tea on it, and he's a public figure. But oh boy, he has tried his best to not comment on this situation because he doesn't have a good explanation for it.
Batman star Christian Bale still promoting his new movie, The Dark Knight, but he isn't talking about his arrest in London Tuesday.
You know, it's a deeply personal matter, and
He really lost for words, huh?
would ask you to respect my privacy on that subject.
Now let's talk about Harrison, the guy that Christian allegedly made him sniff his pits before he went onto the red carpet. Because Harrison did a tell-all about Christian Bale, admitting that Christian likes to make little girls cry. Harrison, who was never paid by Christian Bale, said that he worked for him as a publicist for a year, and he claims that whenever Christian was approached by fans, he became angry with them. He would go as far as lecturing little girls who came up to him about being rude and intrusive until they were crying. Their parents tugged them away from Christian because he was scaring the girls. They also talk about an incident where Christian received a letter from a fan in his home. Harrison says that Christian sent him a fax saying the fan should be eliminated, writing, "Better to be safe than sorry." Wait, what does he mean, eliminate a fan? He said a screwdriver thrust through the eyeball into the brain prevents any screaming. Let me know how it goes. I'm sure this Harrison guy is like, wait, you hired like a publicist, not a hitman. Harrison claims that his time working with Christian was a traumatic experience and he had to go to therapy because of it. We have an interview of Harrison telling his side of the story, so let's go ahead and react to that.
So not only was I Christian's personal assistant, his marketing manager, I was also the chief cook and bottle washer. I took care of Christian, his house, his dogs. I cooked for him. I took care of his dad. And definitely whenever Christian was out on location at a shoot, I would take care of the house, his cars.
Okay, buddy, I believe you. You know a lot about Christian. I can't believe he didn't sign an NDA where he can get in trouble for writing this kind of book. Now, there's a clip I'm pretty sure that Christian wishes was erased from history because in his film Terminator Salvation, there was a moment behind the scenes where he had a nasty argument with a staff member. It gets nasty. It was July 2008. They were in New Mexico, and he gets into it with a cinematographer who's walking around the set adjusting the lights. Now I have a video clip I'm going to show to you guys, and I want to be upfront that this is a parody video. It's not actually Christian Bale, but it is actually Christian Bale's voice. Now, the scene itself is acted out to try to, fill in the blank of what it looked like, but the audio itself is actually Christian Bale's voice. The person who has the blurred face is supposed to be Christian Bale, but it's not actually him. We're gonna have to censor some of Christian's language here, but hear him go off.
I want you off the fucking set, you prick! No, don't just be sorry. Think for one fucking second. The f are you doing? Are you professional or not? Yes, I am. Do I fucking walk around and rip that? No, shut the f up, Bruce. Do I want? No! No! Don't shut me up. Am I gonna walk around and rip your fucking lights down in the middle of a scene? Then why the f are you walking right through? Da-da-da-da like this in the background. What the f is it with you? What don't you fucking understand? You got any fucking idea about, hey, it's fucking distracting having somebody walking up behind Bryce in the middle of the fucking scene? Give me a fucking answer. What don't you get about it? I hope it was fucking good because it's useless now, isn't it? Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur. There's a second time that he doesn't give a fuck about what is going on in front of the camera. Stay off the fucking set, man. For fuck's sake.
That guy really had no chance. The cinematographer tried to apologize to Christian, but that did not stop him. That actually made him even more angry. He decided to start throwing things at him. The outburst is so embarrassing. I could understand someone getting frustrated at work, but like starting to throw things and get physical, it's like we're all adults here. I don't know what he was thinking.
I want to fucking kick your fucking ass. You know, shut up for a second, all right? I'm gonna go. Do you want me to go fucking trash your lights? Do you want me to fucking trash them? Then why are you trashing my scene? You are trashing my scene. You do it one more fucking time, I ain't walking on the set if you're still hired. I'm fucking serious. You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy, but I don't fucking cut it when you're bullshitting and fucking around like this on set. Yeah, you might get it. He doesn't fucking get it. You might. He does not get it.
Good adjustments.
No, I don't need any fucking walking. He needs to stop walking. I ain't the one walking. Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally. Fucking ass.
Again, that is not actually Christian Bale, but it is his voice getting really angry. God, I see this guy David O. Russell's name everywhere, and Chris Bale had an opinion on the allegations that David had abused Amy Adams. I'm pretty sure this is the same David who was accused of like allegedly groping his transgendered niece. After working with David O. Russell on American Hustle in 2016, Christian Bale reunited with him for Amsterdam. Christian reflected on some of the cute memories he had from the American Hustle set. In particular, rumors confirmed by Christian Bale's co-star Amy Adams that she and David O. Russell clashed while filming. Supposedly, David would regularly make Amy cry while filming the movie. She said he was hard on me, that's for sure. It was a lie. He did make me cry. I was really devastated on set. 2 years earlier, during a 2014 hack of Sony Pictures, an email between a journalist, Jonathan Alter, and his brother-in-law, then CEO of Sony, Michael, said that David O. Russell so abused Amy Adams on set. His abuse and lunatic behavior are extreme even by Hollywood standards. And these are the execs saying this.
Amy Adams was reduced to tears most days by director David O. Russell on the set of Oscar-nominated movie American Hustle in 2013. The movie maker's behavior towards the American actress was first exposed in leaked emails following the Sony Pictures Entertainment database hack in 2014. An email revealed O. Russell, who has a reputation for being difficult to work with, so abused Amy during the shoot that Christian Bale got in his face and told him to stop being so aggressive. Amy since noted that the director actually made her cry and she was completely devastated on set most days. Amy admitted she was not as strong as co-star Jennifer Lawrence, who was nominated for a Best Actress Oscar for Joy this year, her third film with O. Russell. Adams explained that Jennifer doesn't take any of it on and can quickly move past arguments, but Amy herself doesn't like to see other people treated badly. Although Adams has been nominated for 5 Oscars, she's noted that life is more important than movies, so there's no point being bullied by a director if there's a different film that's more fun to be in.
Now, Christian was asked what went down between David and Amy on set because he was there. Christian claimed that he tried to be a mediator while on set. That was his nature. He said he would go and say to them, hey, come on, let's go sit down and figure it all out. There's got to be a way of making this all work. He tried to minimize all the allegations that Amy had against David. He said, you're dealing with 2 incredible talents there. Incredible talents, or maybe a monster. When you're working with people of the crazy creative talent of Amy or David, there's going to be upsets, but they are effing phenomenal. So he's trying to, keep it cool. Oh yeah, we're right. So David O. Russell was the guy who was accused of essaying his trans niece in 2012. She filed a police report. David said that his niece had been acting very provocative towards him. Ugh, sicko.
It doesn't make sense to me because if I was working on a film, or if I just was working any job and I saw one of my colleagues or coworkers being like verbally abused at work, and then I was the person to step in and be like, hey, yo, cut that out, like, that's not okay. I don't think I would want to work with the person that was doing the abusing that I once stopped. That just doesn't make sense to me logically. Like, oh, I'm going to stop you from abusing my coworker, but also let's work again sometime. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Now, I know I'm going to butcher her name, but Chloe Sevigny says working with Christian Bale on American Psycho was really challenging. It's because he's a method actor, so he acted crazy in real life. Chloe was trying to respect his process, but she found it challenging because she's a very gargacious and silly and goofy person. When people take themselves so seriously, I kind of shut down. Even though I take my work very seriously, I love acting and whatnot. And I would get that too. I mean, if someone's being harsh and cold and trying to act like a psycho, I would feel uncomfortable too. She was a little bit confused by him, like, why aren't you being social? I wasn't even aware of what method acting was. I never had any formal training. I was kind of like, fake it till you make it. But the whole method acting thing, I was like, What even is this approach? I would, if I had an acting gig offer and I had to deal with someone method acting and they were being super weird and uncomfortable, I would pass on it probably. To me, it just seems like Christian's a bad actor if he has to go and put himself in that position 100% of the time. I've heard that Jennifer Lawrence actually is really great at switching. She could be super happy and then sad right away, and that's a true actress. But Christian, he's a method actor, which is kind of like Shia LaBeouf, the people who have big blowouts on set and who leave people with PTSD. We actually have a video clip of somebody talking about one of the times where Christian decided to have a temper tantrum.
When I was on Batman with Christian Bale,
What was like the most defining moment?
he started losing his mind because he thought he was really Batman. The car wasn't coming on time like it was supposed to, and he started, "You got to do this right. I'm Batman," and he really started getting upset.
Oh wow.
I'm as Batman.
Was that captured on film?
Yes. Yeah.
And-
somebody has it.
But was it released or not?
No.
Okay.
Now, despite all of this evidence, Christian Bale denies being difficult on set, but admits that he's surprised to still get offered film roles. Yeah, you should be surprised. Christian said, "I'm totally grateful and surprised that I get to keep working," right? And you have to maintain that gratitude. It doesn't mean you start going, "Oh, I'm so happy and grateful to be working" at all, because I never expected this in my life, which is all true. Christian explained why he does not socialize with other actors on set. He says, "I just have found that there are wonderful actors who chat and get to know each other and hang out and then act wonderfully. I can't do that. That's my own limitations with that. So if he knows someone personally and they're cool, I guess he can't act with them. I don't make it into a thing. I sort of just know when I'm not going to be able to separate the person from the character that they are playing." Is that why we have Christian over here thanking Satan for the help? Because he's just not able to act like most actors are able to. I mean, a lot of them are friends with each other.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration.
But I want to hear what you guys think of this deep dive on Christian Bale. It sounds like he's a little bit difficult to work with. They always like to throw that label onto women. I think, you know what, Christian Bale, you can happily accept it as well. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.